going to start with our 15th AgriCorp Conference. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As I have mentioned that we have got almost more than 250 registrations, and most of them are there in the exhibition. So they will come, but we are going to start now because it's a little delay. So good morning. आमतौर पर होस्ट जो होते हैं वो बहुत कुछ एग्रीकॉप पर जब एग्रीकल्चर और किसानों के बारे में बहुत कुछ कहते हैं, शेरो शायरी होती है, बातें होती हैं, कोट्स होते हैं, लेकिन इस मोड़ पर मैं इतना ही कहूँगा कि चलो आओ शुरुआत करें, किसानों का आभार करें, बस इतना ही कहकर we'll begin a warm and heartfelt welcome to the 15th AgriCorp Conference 2024, which is focused, as we all know, it is focused on enriching FPOs. And I am your host, Dr. Amit Tribhuwan. I thank you all and the AgriCorp Committee, of course, and Agricultural Committee of Bombay Chamber of Commerce and Industries for inviting me here to conduct this 2 days gathering. And it is a really honor for me to host this significant gathering of policymakers, industry leaders, stakeholders which are dedicated to advancing India's agriculture ecosystem. Just to begin about the AgriCorp 2024 conference. This conference is organized by Bombay Chamber of Commerce and Industries. We all know it's almost 189th year Bombay Chamber of Commerce and Industries is working since its inception. It was established in 1836 and which is working amongst many fields including agri. And it has evolved into one of India's premier events in agricultural sector. It has become a key platform for fostering collaboration, knowledge sharing, and strategic planning to drive the growth and advancement of India's agricultural economy. And over the years, this conference has consistently provided meaningful insights and generated impactful outcomes for all the participants. And this year's theme is Enriching FPOs, which is focusing on empowering and enhancing the capacities of FPOs to make them the key drivers of agricultural transformation in India. And this year's event also is being organized by Bombay Chamber of Commerce and KISAN Forum Private Limited, which coincides with the prestigious KISAN exhibition, which brings together agricultural professionals, policymakers, key stakeholders from across the country. So I always say that if you are a farmer, then you should be very positive. If you are not positive, then you are not a farmer. सकारात्मक सोच जो है वो सकारात्मक सोच बदलाव कर देती है और हर वो किसान जिसमें सकारात्मक सोच है वो किसान है. So to begin with, I would like to invite our esteemed dignitaries for lighting of the inaugural lamp. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big hand. Our dignitaries are here. Director General, Bombay Chamber of Commerce and Industries, Mr. Sandeep Khosla ji. Chief Scientific Advisor, Plant Protection, MoA&FW, MoEFCC, MoC&I, Dr. Pranjib Chakrabarty ji. Mr. Rajan Raje, Chairman of Agriculture and Food Processing Committee, Bombay Chamber of Commerce, CEO, Nichem Solutions, and Mr. Sudhir Kumar Goyal, sir, IS, former Additional Chief Secretary, Agriculture and Marketing, Government of Maharashtra, and mentor, Agriculture and Food Processing Committee, Bombay Chamber. So I request all the dignitaries to please come up and please light the lamp. Sandeep Khosla ji, Dr. Pranjib Chakrabarty, Mr. Rajan Raje, and Mr. Sudhir Kumar Goyal ji. जोरदार टाळ्या वाजवूया. एक दिया ही काफी होता है रोशनी हटाने के लिए. यस. प्रगतीचा नवा मार्ग, FPO सक्षमीकरण. 15th AgriCorp Conference, Enriching FPOs. The first day, and this is going to be the inaugural session. Our dignitaries are here. for lighting of this inaugural lamp. Thank you, thank you, thank you, sir. एक छान कवितेच्या त्या ओळी आहेत मराठीमधल्या की अंधाराचे दिवस येत आहेत, दिवा दिवा जमवायला हवा. अंधाराचे दिवस येत आहेत, दिवा दिवा जमवायला हवा. वेळ पडली तर सूर्य देखील पणतीत आणून ठेवायला हवा. And that is what we all are doing, whatever we are doing, wherever we are working. परंतु हा विचार जो आहे, हा विचार शेवटपर्यंत पोचणं गरजेचं आहे. सो दीपप्रज्वलन झालेलं आहे. And now we are moving towards welcome address. Today we have with us Mr. Sandeep Khosla, Director General of Bombay Chamber of Commerce and Industries. Over 33 years of overall experience he's having in the media and entertainment industry. He has 20 plus years experience in leadership role, having spent 23 years as Group Vice President with the Indian Express newspapers, 6 years as CEO with Network 18 and 4 years as CEO at Midday Infomedia Limited. He was also the producer of the annual Star Screen Awards for 10 years. He has successfully built and led top performing teams nationally. And he has in-depth knowledge of the publishing industry with expertise in advertising and marketing. So ladies and gentlemen, here now I invite Mr. Sandeep Khosla for the welcome address. Director General of the Bombay Chamber of Commerce and Industries. Please give him a round of applause. Mr. Sandeep Khosla, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. So good morning to everyone. We are, I think, half an hour behind schedule. Like he mentioned, we have a lot of registration, but because it's the first day, a lot of people have been going to the exhibition rather than coming here. So that's the reason for the delay. But since we're all here, we will start, and I hope people keep on joining us. So first of all, many thank you to Mr. Chakrabarty for sparing time and coming here. Thank you, sir. To Rajan Raje, our chairman, to Mr. Goel, our mentor, who guides us as to what to do, and our committee members like Chetan, who puts in a lot of hard work. Mr. Sinha and others are here. Chinmay and others would come tomorrow. So thank you, everyone. As he mentioned, we are the oldest chamber in the country. We were formed in 1836. On Friday, we celebrate our 189th Foundation Day. So right from the British Raj till now, the chamber has been in the forefront of looking at whatever technologies are there, looking at members who can benefit from whatever best is known by the experts, some of whom are our members, but others we source to ensure that the growth keeps on happening. The Bombay Chamber was instrumental in getting the railways to India. In 1856, it was only by the effort of the Bombay Chamber that the railways started operations in India. And from those days till now, anything and everything which needs to be imparted for our members, we are at the forefront. We look at some 20 different industries, look at how in each industry we can make a difference by imparting knowledge. And AgriCorp is, one of those. Earlier we used to do it once in 2 years, a biennial event. Now we're doing it every year. Last 3 years we've been continuously doing it. There was obviously a gap of 5 years because of the pandemic in between. But a lot of work is done with a lot of bigger members who contribute regularly to this. So I'll not take too much of time. So thank you all for coming once again, and hope we have a good 2 days of conferencing. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. I would like to request our other guest of honor, Rajesh sir as well as Chakrabarty sir, to please come up on the stage. Goel sir, please. And now we move towards the speech of our guest of honor. We have very eminent personality, a chief scientific advisor of plant protection, MoA&FW, MoEFCC, MoC, Dr. Pranjib Chakrabarty sir. Dr. Pranjib Chakrabarty sir served as a member of the ASRB, DARE Ministry of Agriculture from April 2019 until his retirement in April 2022, and prior to joining ASRB, Sir worked for ICAR in various capacities in the ICAR CICR Nagpur, including scientist, principal scientist, head. He worked as ADG at ICAR Krishi Bhavan, New Delhi, and from October 2013 until April 2019. And during this period, he also served as ADG for commercial crops for 1 year and ADG for oil seeds and pulses for 2 years, as well as PC for AI CRP nematodes and AI CRP for honeybees and pollinations. He has done his postdoctoral research in the USA in 3 different labs on molecular pathology in UF Florida and UMC Columbia. He has received numerous awards and fellowships. He is a fellow of several professional organizations including NAS, NABS, IPS, ISM PP, IMS, INSOPP, and he has served as president of 3 national plant protection societies and published more than 80 research papers in national and international journals and supervised 12 masters and doctoral students. Many of us are students, sir, over here, who are really eager to listen to you. So please give big hand to Dr. Chakrabarty and let's listen to his thoughts. Sir.
Good morning, everybody, and dignitaries on the dais. And off the dais, I met Dr. Goel several times in Krishi Bhavan, and so that's why at the first sight only because he was also there. Probably in Bombay, I was in Maharashtra for nearly 26, Pune, and Nagpur for 26 years, and before joining us as then Director General of ICR, Plant Protection. So before going, because my subject is more of a academic, and then subsequently I don't see many of our farmers here. इस time अभी मैं बहुत ज़्यादा farmers को देख नहीं रहा हूँ. तो पहले I would like to go through some of the events because how India is progressing. It is agriculturally progressing, and we have a huge potential of agriculture, and I can say hardly 30 to 40% of our potential is realized at the moment. So if you see today we are 146 crore population, and food grain requirement, food grain production is at the highest in the country at the moment, and so this is what, but by recently by Niti Aayog, they have based on the WHO data and other on for Indians, because we are now a food secure nation, but unfortunately we are not nutritionally secure at the moment. So that's why nowadays there is a diversification of crop is on the anvil, and people are going for it, and it is needed now. Although green revolution was always, it was welcome and it was very good. It had done what we needed at that time before and after independence. So now our food requirement will be 650 million tons by the Amrit Kal, by the end of Amrit Kal, when we have world's highest population of 166 crores. So this is, and also our Prime Minister's call was that that we need to increase our GDP to 1 trillion from Indian agriculture sector. So I just wanted to show and maybe encourage many of the farmers that later on we can discuss also which way we can have more FPOs working on that. And I have also seen some of the FPOs in eastern part of the country, in Bengal, where they have really, they are now prospering like that. So what are the plus points? You all know. India ranks first in many of the producers, and marginally second maybe for in case of many other commodities, and India's 4th largest producer of crop protection products. This is one very important, because all over along my subject was in plant protection, and now I have had a 360-degree look or view at the plant protection subject, because right from researcher to research manager to policy maker to now I am also chief scientific advisor of certain industries who are doing very good, and that will be the area where we will be progressing a lot more for plant protection or pest management or crop protection, whatever. So India is the 5th largest producer of crop protection products. Nearly 365 billion Indian rupees, and these are, there is a more scope. India has 58% of total population. They are depending upon agriculture or allied sectors. Crop protection product is approximately 60,000 crores. So these are one of the huge amount, and then export is also increasing day by day. And India is one of the major centers of diversity. This is one very important why people are eyeing upon India, because we grow 544 crops in the country, and so as we are benefited by so many agroecologies, nearly about 17 agroecological ecology situations. Only we need to see, because I'm just trying to show how we can prosper with the same kind of thing, but unlocking the potential of the latent potential of the agriculture, how we can go further. So if you see, India is inherently rich in all geographical advances. We have 30% more of land and arable land and then China, and also mostly more 30% more of the rainfall than China, and then agriculture GDP is 1/3 of the China. This is what is bothering us, that there is a huge potential which other advanced countries, they have reached that potential, means that but we have not yet caught up with those kind of things. So if you see, the only thing, these are the parameters which were seen, and it was seen that despite all agro-geographical advantages, we have been very poor in crop protection area. We have been very, even then day in and day out, we get some kind of news that India uses lots of pesticides. India is probably one of the country having lowest use of pesticide, which is 52,000 tons. And China, if you see, they used to use 13 kg per hectare of pesticides, while we use pesticide as a word, it looks very, it's not very healthy word, but then if we take it as a medicine for the diseases or pests, like we are affected, so the same bacteria, same fungi and other things they are also causing, for that also we take medicine, but then we are using only 367 gram per hectare compared to China. Now it is 367 kg per hectare, and China 13 kg per hectare. So see how they are doing. What we are doing, we might be doing unknowingly, injudicious use of pesticides, whatever the lowest we are using. So, but then there is a huge difference in the GDP, which is $1.3 billion from agriculture in China, while we are now 642 or $0.6 trillion. So this is the things, and some challenges and which also need intervention. These are few things. Less expenditure on research. We use the lowest amount of funding in case of research. In our country, we are not really pouring in money, whereas if you see one variety of wheat in North India, we are earning, the ICR has earned about 67,000 crores per year, and we do not have that. We have only 0.16% of our GDP for which is there for agriculture, research and education. Crop losses, whereas even Israel and even many other developing countries, China used to be the same 10 years before, now they have gone 3% and whereas India is in decimals, this thing.
Crop losses, this is another very important, illicit counterfeit product. This has become a menace. So in that case, many of the effective agrochemicals, they are not working because they are 30%, 25 to 30% of them are fictitious or counterfeit or illicit. And regulatory challenges, of course, are there, which are definitely, Government of India does it for the promotion of farmers' income in agriculture, but then some of them already have some kind of hindrances which are not seen by the policy makers at the time, or which are felt later after the policies are made, so which becomes detrimental to the growth of agriculture. Pesticide management bill, this has been lying there for last nearly 13 to 14 years in the parliament, and so various challenges have been noted down, documented there, but then when it becomes, it passes, the bill gets passed, then only we can hope of some more things, and as well as some advanced things. Lack of awareness regarding technology. This is about hardly 42% of our farmers, they are aware of advanced technologies. And that too, about only 48% of the technologies generated from public sector are disseminated by to 49 of 42 million farmers to this for advanced awareness about the. So, and another thing which is very burning, or which is very often asked, is organic cultivation. If India is able to take or embrace organic cultivation in a big way, because we think that it's a very big thing, but there are certain facts which are coming and which we need to take care before something comes in front, confronting the agriculture. Before we should not go or do anything to compromise with our food. So this is just to show where our points are there, where our potential is lying. So I have just shown these 5 different crops, and top 5 countries, the productivity of the top 5 countries, where India is the world's highest producer. Say oil seed, even in cotton, even the highest producer, although we are highest by way of the agricultural area or area under cultivation, but not productivity. With the productivity, we every time we are lying at the lowest of the rung of these 5 major countries, although we are highest producer of cotton, if you see, but then India ranks at the lowest of the countries which are cotton producing. So comparison, this shows that the top 5 producers, while China has the highest yield of most of the crops, and this is what our Dr. Ramesh Chand, he said in the parliament, that improving productivity is the only option left for India, because we do not have more area to be plowed or brought under plow, but we need to achieve the productivity which is 1/10 of China, in many of the cases. So we need to increase that and ways to find those things. So this is just to show that how much we are losing to crop, to pests, because this is one domain we can have a quantum leap in agricultural prosperity if we can control this 20 to 40%. This is a huge amount, although if I say, if we can save that, we have enough food till the end of the Amrit Kal. We don't have to go for any other technology, anything, if we can save this loss, but it is better said than it is done. So these things, I just calculated how much loss we are having. The loss which are incurring in our agricultural production is even higher than the total production of many countries. Food production today, and we are losing 23.69 lakh tons, and horticultural production, we are losing 25.6 lakh tons. So this is per year the loss which we are having, and this loss, if made good, we can feed the entire population. And I will just show a little bit about prevalence of spurious pesticides, about 25%, and you will be astonished to know that 59.2% farmers knowingly purchase fake pesticides, while only 40.8 did so unknowingly. Why? Because most of them, 80% of our farmers are, we consider as not very well off. 50.2 farmers purchase the fake product knowingly because of the low cost, and these are other things, 20.5 due to their availability with the retailers and other those things. So these are the lack of awareness which is happening, and on the part of government we need to strictly enforce our regulatory actions or punitive measures which are going on at a very high speed. This is another small thing which I would like to say, because many of the crop protection people, they do not tell this, that we have $4,000 million worth of our export today of all the spices. We are India is called the king of spices, but we have 544 crops, what we had said, out of which hardly 15% of our crops are registered for use of pesticides, whereas 85% of our use are going off-label. They are off-label use of pesticides. They will be felt only when India embarks upon export of the agricultural commodities in a big way, because we hardly export 1% of our horticultural produce at the moment, and to meet the dream of our Honorable Prime Minister, we need to increase our export, but then they will be caught somewhere. This 85% of the crops, these products, they will be caught somewhere in non-tariff barrier, or they will be banned by other countries, because the pesticide residues can be detected, and then they can be they are rejected. So now we need to go do some kind of thinking how we can extend our label claim on all the. So this is, I already said, and now we have enormous capacity. This is where FPOs can come, and they can join together and they can get benefited, and the farmers can also. As you know, now this IPM we call, it's not a crop protection only, it's not a plant protection or with agrochemical based plant protection. It is now several things are coming up. So IPM is the one method which combines several other technologies. In USA, cultural biology, or with this kind of habitat which does not need anything, which needs awareness. Apple scab, which is now damaging in our country to much extent. So the farmers, what they have done, they have trained their apple in two-dimensional way, so that it gets sunlight from when the sun rises till when it sets. So with that thing only, they have controlled 98% of apple scab without any. So there are so many other methods also they have been, but our farmers and even we are little, we cannot wait, we cannot afford to wait. So these are the other diagnostic tools which have come, and here also our entrepreneurs, they can really make a very good business, because electronic noses have come where you can see in the exported or imported commodities whether any pests or diseases are there. But in India it has not, this technology has not yet come. In China it is mostly, even in the airport also, if you see, so it will be just smelt with the help of electronic noses, which are a chip, electronic chip, which can sense the volatile organic compounds which emanates out when a plant is infected with a pest or something. VOC profiling and remote sensing, these are the other things which we can take. Biological control, this is the most prominent area where our FPOs can work, and where ICR can serve as a big source of knowledge. Or those back support or backup support can be obtained from there, because ICR has 115 institutes all over the country, out of which 50 are crop-based institutes, and crop-based institutes, they do need protection from of their crops. And these are the predators, parasites and parasitoids. These infect, and if we can develop mass production protocol, if they can develop the capacity to make mass production protocol, they can definitely go and they can give it to the farmers, and farmers can start using them. They give a very good control. So these are all the list of biocontrol industry which are available: predators, parasites. These are the biologicals and semiochemicals which are very well in there, and biological products. There is a whole lot of biological products which can be grown, but the problem here again comes is a problem of certification. When government floats a tender for 1 ton of say biological product, at that time there is no certifying agency which certifies them, and anybody makes anything, you will not be able to know. So those kind of regulatory measures needs to be brought, certifying agencies need to be brought, and this is just few slides on how FPOs they work and how farmers get benefited. In this, the technology for enhanced production comes from our crop protection values, and so many other things which are there, which have been, and ICR has now made something nearly about 2,000 of FPOs they are being creating, and so all these convergence of agri-industries and FPOs can bring in promotion of quality seeds, healthy plant material. There is a huge, but we are not able to meet requirement many times, but then we have seeds, high quality seeds, but those needs to be, again, spurious seeds are also being mixed in those. So those things have to be seen, and again regulation has a big role, and these are the other things. Why I am telling we are not really yet ready for organic, because the biological pest control methods are least effective now than chemical inputs. Organic farmer methods are more labor intensive, and this is a economist from Germany who has published in this SAGE 2019 in Biotechnology journal. It's a very reputed journal, that it is very expensive if entire Europe goes organic or natural today, then they have to put or bring another 50% of their land under plow, but they do not have any land further. So that is the way we may have to compromise with the food security if we go or for a larger area. Maybe we can identify certain niches, 10%, not more than 10% I believe in the country, which can be put. Other countries which do not have any land, they will woo India to go for organic, but then organic we compromise nearly 50% in 5 years, and then this we should not be going on. And then we do not have a measure. See, if this is the government data of DPPQS, where only 9,000 tons of these biopesticides are prepared for biological control in organic cropping, but this is not even sufficient to meet 1% of the total arable land in the country. Not even 1%. Similarly, is the this total organic fertilizer in the country, which is hardly enough to cover only 1% of the total arable land in the country. So unless we put certain system before putting some policy for production of anything, or for banning, or for using anything. So these are the few things, and for all these biologicals, in one there is a FPO called Agrani that is in Murshidabad, and which is now helped and sourced by ICR Institute, Central Institute of Subtropical Horticulture, and the scientist who is there, he has and he has made FPO for the farmers or the farming committee, which were producing premium honey, of lychee honey. Lychee honey is very expensive, otherwise it's a unifloral honey. And the farmers were selling in just in baltis, in buckets and going across and just maybe 40 rupees per kg, 50 rupees per kg, whereas they can fetch about 800 to 900 rupees per kg. Even normal honey, the multifloral honey which we normally see around, they are also being sold in 500, and that's at a no cost it is being sold there. So this Agrani and Alokini, two FPOs, they have done a big advancement of that area, and in 2 to 3 years time, I believe they have started exporting mangoes from India with the help of those farmers produce. So, and they are producing, they have seed hubs, mustard seeds and all they have producing, and they are supplying to the in the retailers and other this thing. So these are the avenues where biocontrol, even they have taken one activity of producing bio inputs like vermicompost and so many other things for stubble disintegration, certain microbial products and all those things, and they are being produced by the FPOs with the help of farmers in a large area, in large amount, so that can saturate the replacement and replace the need for FYM and other things. So those kind of things are always open, and anybody who wants to do that, maybe because ICR itself has a program of having so many FPOs, they are helping, they are being held by banking organizations and so many other supports from, even from private sectors, they are getting support. So I think we should venture into this area, and more farmers should have, they come together, and the FPOs should help them. They should have a backward support and government institutions and government organization are the support. Definitely that will be following. And now it has become also the need for the country to have PPP mode, public-private partnership mode, not as a matter of choice, but not chance. Earlier we used to think, okay, we'll do or not do. But now we know, with the dwindling of fund in all the research, particularly in agriculture research, we do need to engage and join together with the private industries with a win-win situation, so that what I was telling, only hardly 42% of the farmers are aware, and out of which only 48% of the technologies which our ICR and public institutions are developing, whereas 52% of the technology which are coming from the industries, they are not being spread at the moment because they are in the private hands. So if both of us we come together and try to reach to 100% of the farmers, which are nearly 14 crore farmers, 6.5 lakh villages, then we can take it to the remotest corner of the country, which is now 42%, we will cover 100%. So these were the few things which I wanted to say at this moment. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chakrabarty sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot for your valuable insights on different aspects. Even though as a host I am not related to this field directly, but even I could understand that why India's agricultural GDP is 1/3 of the China, despite of having 30% more arable land and 67% more rainfall. And the only solution which you have said that they improve the productivity, improve the production, that is the only, because arable land is also shrinking. At the same time, different challenges which we are facing, at the same time use of technology, and how the FPOs can link the farmers and work as a very valuable chain. So thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for these valuable insights. And now we have another, ladies and gentlemen, eminent personality, Chairman Agricultural Agriculture, Food and Processing Committee, Bombay Chamber of Commerce and Industries, and CEO of Nichem Solutions. Mr. Rajan Raje, sir. He is a chemistry and management professional with rich industrial experience of 44 years. And before becoming an entrepreneur, he worked with a UK-based company named Willet International as country head. His initial industry exposure consisted of diverse areas, namely printing inks, coding systems, paints, rust preventives, agriculture, fisheries, waterproofing systems, etc. He became an entrepreneur in 1995 by establishing a partnership firm, Advanced Agrotech, to work on post-harvest fresh produce preservation solutions. He grew the product portfolio with unique chemical solutions like drinking water purification, media, polymer additives, pre- and post-harvest agricultural inputs, home and personal care ingredients and disinfectants. And this Advanced Agrotech was renamed to Nichem Solutions in 2014 and was led by him along with his partners, Professor V.C. Malshe and Aniket Malshe. And Nichem stands for Niche Chemicals. Apart from heading this company, he's on the board of directors of Bombay Chamber of Commerce and Industry. He heads the MSME Committee of BCCI and Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. He's also part of the Agri Committee and Diversity and Inclusion Committee of BCCI. He does business for its love and satisfaction rather than only gaining profits. So to conclude this inaugural session, I would like to invite such a passionate person, Mr. Rajan Raje, to the podium. Thank you, sir. Please give him a big hand.
Most of the introduction what he gave about me is actually irrelevant here. What he said, which makes sense, is yes, I am a passionate innovator and I keep enjoying what I keep doing in agriculture, water, home and personal care and polymer. So thank you very much for the introduction. It is indeed an honor for me to extend the vote of thanks for the inaugural session of the 15th AgriCorp Conference 24, which is titled as Enriching FPOs. On behalf of Bombay Chamber of Commerce and Industry and on my personal behalf, I express my sincere gratitude to our esteemed guest of honor, Dr. Pranjib Chakrabarty, Chief Scientific Advisor, Plant Protection, MoA&FW, MoEFCC, MoC&I for gracing his occasion with his presence. The insights what he gave about why India is still not doing well in agriculture, because we all know that we have highest arable land, we have very good rainfall. Unfortunately, the biggest problem is our agriculture is still not looked at as a business. Our low land holding makes it complicated because we cannot use the technology, we cannot use better input products, we cannot use adequate quantities of fertilizers, agriculture, everything. So the challenges what he pointed out here, in fact they should be really starting the pondering in the mind of all the farmers. Today I honestly believe that the FPOs, for whom we have been working for last 3 or 4 years, how to make them professional and how to ensure them to succeed in their endeavor. Our low productivity, and as a result of that, obviously, as I said, that ultimately unless the farmers start looking at agriculture as a business, this entire activity of farming or overall the agriculture cannot be a professionally successful activity. So his insights definitely are very, very important for all the FPOs to think about. So my sincere thanks also go to KISAN Forum Private Limited, who are our dedicated partners for organizing these events for last 3 years. I'm also thankful to their team, and especially Niranjan Deshpande and Atul Marne for their unwavering support and the collaboration with BCCI. This conference would not have been possible without the generous contributions and support from our partners. Gold partners, State Bank of India; silver partners, Axis Bank, Rallies India Limited, and MTS SRL. Bronze partners, Nichem Solutions, IDBI Bank, and Union Bank of India. Supporting partners, Keto Pharma, AgriBazaar, and NABARD. Finally, I extend my deepest appreciation to all participants for taking the time out to join us. Your presence and engagement being immense value to the conference and the deliberations we aim to foster. And again, the support of Dr. Goel, who has been our mentor, who has been our support in creating the themes, guiding us to organize the right intellectuals to guide the FPOs, is always been valuable. Thank you, sir, for your continued support, and I'm sure this support will continue to take us for doing better and better. We will now take a short break for tea. I encourage everyone to reconvene for the next session, which will focus on current and upcoming government scheme for FPOs. I'm confident this session will provide valuable insights to all the attendees. Thank you once again, and let us reconvene within next 15 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rajesh sir. Thanks a lot. With this, our AgriCorp 2024 is formally inaugurated, and we are not going to have this tea break now.
Yeah, sorry, I think the tea break is not there.
We are not going to have tea break because there was delay from our side also. So we'll continue with this first session, and I am sure that you all are eager to be here because it is going to be on the current and upcoming government schemes for FPOs. But before that, as a token of appreciation, token of our love, we are going to present two mementos to Dr. Chakrabarty sir. Rajesh sir will present a memento to Dr. Chakrabarty, which will be from Nichem, and from, this one is from our BCCI. Yes, sir. Yeah, Dr. Khosla sir. Khosla sir is going to present this for Dr. Chakrabarty sir as a token of our love and appreciation, and Rajesh sir is going to present this memento on behalf of Nichem. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.